Welcome. I'm Mary. If you're watching this, you have likely felt the weight of a home loan application coming back with a declined status. Being placed under debt review or watching your credit score sink carries a heavy psychological weight. It feels like a permanent life sentence, a solid wall between you and the property you want to own. This barrier rarely has to do with how hard you work. It happens because the internal mechanics of lending institutions are opaque, leaving the average consumer in the dark about how these decisions are reached. The despair sets in when we view that rejected application as a terminal diagnosis. In reality, a decline is a symptom, and symptoms can be treated. Think of a declined status as a snapshot of a data system, one that operates on rules most consumers are never taught. Banks prioritize rigid, automated logic. When you don't know the parameters feeding that logic, it creates a knowledge vacuum where you feel powerless to change the outcome. Your financial profile is a collection of data points. Because it is built on data, those individual points can be legally challenged, shifted, and corrected. That rejected application serves as the precise diagnostic starting point we need to map out a clear path to an approval. Financial literacy expert Ron Ries has spent 30 years developing a methodology to solve this. He partnered with corporate networks to help thousands of employees take control of their financial health. This illustrates the first phase. We take the messy web of personal debt and pull it into an analytical audit of your credit data. The system scans for negative markers, like a debt review flag. Once identified, they are isolated from your profile. This evaluation bypasses generic budgeting advice to focus on the legal standing of every claim a creditor makes against your name. By applying this structure, the abstraction of debt is broken down into a specific, manageable list of errors and roadblocks that can be resolved. The primary objective during this investigation is to comb through your profile for claims that are legally invalid or unenforceable. This timeline illustrates prescribed debt. If a creditor fails to demand payment within a statutory time limit, that debt legally expires. Zooming out, the audit mathematically subtracts these expired debts, removing the specific items artificially dragging down your credit score. Many consumers unknowingly continue paying these expired accounts simply because they lack the legal knowledge to challenge the creditors holding them. Exposing these expired accounts shifts the power dynamic. It proves that the lending system has flaws that can be legally leveraged in your favor. Once the bad data is exposed, the intervention phase begins. A specialized network of attorneys uses the audit's findings to act directly on your behalf. They take aggressive action to formally challenge your debt review status, submitting the necessary petitions to have it legally cleared from your record. Clearing those restrictive flags is the first step. A cleared profile requires intentional repositioning to demonstrate value to future lenders. Repositioning involves strategic credit building. Take your freed-up income, optimize credit utilization ratios, and demonstrate mathematical stability. Strategic intervention changes the underlying data the bank's software analyzes. By improving credit utilization and removing legal flags, the profile begins to meet the specific mathematical benchmarks required for an automated approval. This side-by-side comparison shows the final transformation. On the left is the initial restricted profile, bogged down by high debt ratios. On the right, the optimized profile appears as a primed, low-risk asset with healthy margins. When the burden of debt review is officially lifted, the psychological shift is immediate. The anxiety of being blocked from the financial system is replaced by a restoration of confidence. That optimized data profile leads directly to the next tangible milestone, securing your home loan pre-approval. A pre-approval letter provides formal confirmation of your buying power. It transforms abstract credit points into the ability to sign a contract on a physical property. Following a strict diagnostic process converts the barrier of a declined status into a successful mortgage application. Your past financial struggles are data points meant to inform your future strategy. They do not define your worth. If you are ready to initiate your own diagnostic audit, schedule a one-on-one coaching call with Ron Ries today at ronries.online. Achieving financial freedom is the direct result of intelligent, methodical intervention.